So this is from River. It says not a single Bitcoin exchange has implemented proof of reserves in 2025. So River must have done this in 2024, I'm guessing. You should be able to verify that your Bitcoin is real every step of the way. And then a screenshot here saying proof of reserves. River proves that we hold 100% of Bitcoin deposits in full reserve. So they have over 100%. That's their reserve that they have, which means that if you sent River $100 to buy Bitcoin, but you don't actually take it off of the exchange. So you send a transfer to River for $100. They show a little balance in your account saying you have $100 worth of Bitcoin. But until you actually remove that from River, that could be sitting in cash, that could be in actual Bitcoin, it could be sitting in Dogecoin. You don't really know until you actually pull that Bitcoin off the exchange what that is. But it says you have $100 worth of Bitcoin. That's kind of like an IOU. It's very similar to like if you deposited $100 into the bank, your account says you have $100. But until you actually withdraw that $100, you don't know what that is. That could be debt. They might not have close to the amount of deposits that they claim to. You don't know. You send the money. What that looks like is they receive $100. It's not like every exchange out there, the Coinbases, the Geminis, the Krakens. It's not like they receive $100 and they just instantly buy Bitcoin for you. They just take your money and put a number on the screen that says you have $100 worth of Bitcoin. So with River here, with the Bitcoin reserve ratio, they're saying that for all the deposits that people have made in cash, they have more than 100% of that in Bitcoin. So if everybody today went and removed their Bitcoin from River, they could do that. Do you know what the bank, your local bank, would have in terms of a cash reserve ratio? It's probably like less than 1%. Have you tried getting cash from the bank lately? So with River here, they have a 100% reserve rate, which is amazing. And they not only just have it, they prove it. So their total assets here is 23,368 Bitcoin. And their total liabilities is 23,163 Bitcoin. So an asset for them would be actual Bitcoin. That would be an asset for them, actual Bitcoin. A liability for them would be if you sent them $100 in cash. That's a liability for them. So with that, they would either have cash or they would have Bitcoin. But in this case, they're saying that they have over 100% in Bitcoin. So it says we prove to our clients each month that their unique balance is part of the total assets under custody and liabilities. You can walk through the flow on their page. So this is on their website. That was a screenshot on their post, but this is their actual website. So it shows you exactly how to verify these amounts. And it's every month since December 2024. And every month they've had more than 100% reserve ratio. That's pretty impressive. And I'm not sponsored by River. I can't even use River. I'm in Canada. I can't even use River. But this is for the Americans out there who are looking for a very solid exchange to be using. And they have a ton of features too. They just announced their supercharged, supercharged DCA, essentially where when the price is dipping, it automatically buys like 2x or 3x your usual DCA. So there's a ton of stuff. So I just wanted to showcase that. So Todd says I've had nothing but a great experience with River, absolutely 100% so far. And it is really important. I think we kind of take for granted the whole process there of sending somebody else money, them giving you a claim to Bitcoin, and what actually happens behind the curtains with all that. And so number one, obviously, you want to make sure that if you're comfortable doing it, if you have the ability and the knowledge to do it, you want to pull that Bitcoin off the exchanges as soon as you can. And doing that actually, believe it or not, actually boosts the price of Bitcoin. And the reason for that is because the supply and demand ratio and the price of Bitcoin is all based on that. And so when there's a bunch of Bitcoin available on exchanges, people don't really see it as being that scarce. If there's 2 million Bitcoin on exchanges, you can probably get some of that if you wanted to. But if people pull their Bitcoin off the exchanges, that's basically taking your chips off the table and saying there's much less Bitcoin available now, which means the supply is down. And constant demand or increasing demand with decreasing supply, that causes a upwards price movement in a fair system. I know Bitcoin's kind of has a lot of funny business going on right now between paper Bitcoin and manipulation, but this is the best way to get rid of paper Bitcoin, is by taking your Bitcoin off the exchanges. But for anybody who doesn't have the technical know-how and you're not comfortable enough to take custody of your own Bitcoin yet, I suggest using River. River in the US and ShakePay in Canada for those people. And even if you are comfortable, I mean, River has a ton of stuff. I really wish that I could use River here. And I love Bitcoin Well, but I think that River has some features that even Bitcoin Well doesn't have, including the like the checking account there where you can own or you can earn Bitcoin by holding cash reserves if you're waiting for like a dip or something. So I'll put that in the chat. I'm sure most people here have already signed up for River or, or have thought about doing it, but I encourage you to, even if you're using somebody else, even if you're using Strike or Bitcoin Well, I do recommend getting a couple different exchanges set up because you never know. You never know when the price is going up or down very quickly, what's going to happen. And you want to make sure that you got your bases covered there with a couple different exchanges. Because if you logged into Strike and all of a sudden they were down and you want to take advantage of a huge buy, then you could just go over to River or vice versa. So I have a couple. In the US, I would say River, Bitcoin Well, Strike. In Canada, I would say Bitcoin Well, Bull Bitcoin, ShakePay. That's just my thoughts. So I'll put that I put those in the live chat there, and I'll put them in the pinned comments as well if anybody else is watching this later. Pretty cool. So shout out to River. Shout out to River.